Get to work. Go on.
This is working very nicely, and the more I find, the more I do, it seems like just doing this is enough to cause all the pressure to pop the connections for me. Just like that. I am still nervous about the outer skins though. I don't know if I'll do those today or not. Let's take one step at a time. That's it. Nice and easy. What I should do is get a close-up so you can see exactly how fine these lines are and these connection points are. There's two right in that corner there, and one and another one up top. So these are certainly enough for light to come through. However, they simply are not good enough. They're simply too thin to even slip an X-Acto blade through, as I mentioned in this video or a previous video. So let me set the camera back up and keep going. In the case of a few panels, it seemed like just kind of notching the tabs real lightly, all of them. By the time you get to the third or fourth one, they all kind of pop loose. Or at the very least, they pop out easier. Last two and the inner skins are done. Can't be more than 40-60 minutes at most to do this. Of course, a few of the bigger panels were already popped out. But all these finer ones have gone very nicely. Rocking the chisel does not work as easily or as well as rocking the skin, much to my surprise. There we go, nice and clean. I'm very happy that I decided to do this today. The thing that had been holding me up all these last couple months is I didn't have a chisel on me. Every time I went over to my friend's place, pretty much once, twice a week, I was like, yeah, I gotta get a chisel. Yeah, I gotta get a chisel. Finally today I made a point of going over there just to get the chisel. And I'm very happy I did. So there's the back ones. Front ones. I will toss these coin slots out because all they do is really hurt when you grab them wrong. So what I got to do now is bag all these up so they're nice and safe till I need them later. Now here's a look at the difference of the two widths involved. The wider ones can easily be done with a nipper such as this. However, these thinner ones definitely need the chisel method. This is the outer back skin, and again, all of these are going to be pulled out, put back. A lot of this metal gets thrown away. I'm pretty sure it's these inner panels here that get tossed because how to describe all this? There's the inner skin back, there's the outer skin back. This inner area of the outer skin back goes away and it's replaced by the inner skin inner panel, which gets glued to this outer rim right there. That's still a ways off, and considering that these outer skins are not quite ready to attach, I'm kind of wary about pulling them off. However, they do need to be painted separate to the whole situation, so I gotta cut them out eventually, and maybe doing this will spur me to attach them sooner than later. There are a few different methods of attachment. The one that I'll probably be going with is a double-sided tape. You put it on the inside, trim it all off area, and then just kind of slap this on as best you can. And that is still difficult to get out. Another thing people have done is to put JB weld on the inside. However, once that starts gooing all over the place, cleaning that up, if you don't do it immediately with water and a rag, you're going to be hating life later on. So I want to do this as cleanly as possible and potentially leave it to be pulled apart later, so the double-sided tape is probably going to be the method I choose. So let me start cutting stuff up and get the camera going, and yeah. And again, all these guys are labeled. For example, this one's 5, then it's outer back 5A and outer back 5B. Pretty sure outer back 5B gets chucked, but I'm going to leave it for now. And I'm just going to trim all these with the nippers, because there's just enough room to do it that way. And it goes so much faster. Then again, to prove me wrong, this one didn't nip at all. And it's just a matter of going and nipping off the edges from what you just cut. And it looks like the first time I did this, I may have actually killed these nippers, because they're definitely not as strong or fast as they used to be. It's more a case of them pinching the metal at this point, unfortunately. I hadn't quite realized how delicate this line was right here. So let me try and cut that last. Oops, unless it cuts itself right now. This is going pretty fast, nice and easy. Well, I am trimming these parts as I go, so I don't have to do it later, and I don't have to get my hand cut up reaching for them. That's it for the easy ones. The big issue right now is this piece here. That is a really delicate part, and I'd really rather leave it as best I can. But it's already starting to pop out, as you can see here. So technically this would get trimmed here, and this whole thing would come apart, and it would just be these two halves flapping in the wind. And I am not ready for that quite yet. However, we'll get these guys out of the way. Once I trim that nub and this one. And at some point I'll be filing all these pieces down because they are fairly sharp. And it's time for the chisel. Let's start on this side. Oh, the problem with the waggling method here is that line right there. Oh, this is a delicate right now. Octagon ports get thrown away. Ooh, there goes that edge. It's bound to happen. Smoothest piece to go yet. And it looks like I'm getting rid of this one after all. Ooh, freaking delicate. So technically, in most cases when someone is building this, this is the rear door that gets pulled off for access to the internal electronics you got. Because we put skin snaps on this, this does not have to be different. We can pull the whole back off of it, or even the front as well. However, for those that do cut this out, they actually have to do their own cut line inside this metal piece here, all around it, because this goes on that. And it is a very delicate operation that I am glad that we do not have to do. However, I am very nervous about how delicate this little lattice work is. Delicate is definitely the word there. That gets painted white. Actually, after it gets filed and sanded down, and all these nubs get cut away.